This news update is brought to you by...
They ask us how we do it, how we outrun the world. They ask us, how does it feel to fly? How do we dive headfirst into the deep? And emerge victorious. They ask us if we're afraid, if we're nervous, or if we ever feel lonely, so far away from home. But the truth is, home is always right here with us. Get ready to witness the magic of the Olympic Games like never before.
It's Wednesday, August the 17th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today Morning News Update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, the leadership of the island's largest public sector trade union is over the moon at yesterday's budgetary announcement by Minister of Finance Chris Sinclair that government will be appointing all temporary public officers with 3 years continuous service. President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, tells Barbados Today the government has done a good job on that issue, which is understood would affect about 13,000 public workers.
I am absolutely elated by the announcement made by the Minister. And UPW would have been asking for appointments for public servants for quite some time. But since this new executive came into place, we really decided as one of our main mandates that we would make sure that all public servants are appointed. So as part of our salary negotiations, remember that we are asking for 23% salary increase for all public servants, but part of our non-salary items, we would have asked the government to appoint all public servants who were in vacant posts for more than 3 years. And tonight, based on the announcement from the Minister, he gave us just that. So I am absolutely excited. And I usually give the government licks when I have to, but I can definitely say that they did a good job on that particular point. As I said, I didn't hear the entire budget, and UPW will give a more comprehensive response on the entire budget once we get all of the information.
The Finance Minister told Parliament last night that a broad-based working committee was being set up to advise government on the nuts and bolts of implementing the appointments.
Cabinet has agreed that an initiative be launched immediately to put in place a working committee led by the Ministry of the Civil Service and including other relevant government departments, as well as representatives from workers' organizations. This committee will advise the Cabinet on the procedure, methodology, and legal requirements for the execution of a program to appoint all temporary officers in the public service with more than 3 years continuous service at a threshold to be determined by the committee.
Sinclair also announced a 6-month amnesty starting next month for Barbadians over the government taxes.
As a measure used in the past with some success, government will again offer from September the 15th, 2016 through February 15th, 2017, the implementation of a tax amnesty for taxpayers across the categories of VAT, income tax, and land tax. The waiving of penalties and interest and other charges incurred up to September 14, 2016 will assist the Barbados Revenue Authority in its tax administration and collection efforts. To benefit from the amnesty, the taxpayer would have to pay the outstanding principal on or before February 15, 2017.
Barbadians will also have to pay a new National Social Responsibility levy from September 1st to help finance health care in Barbados.
This levy will be applied at 2%, rate of 2%, on the customs value of all imports at the border, with the exception of goods for manufacturing, agriculture, and tourism sectors as covered under existing primary legislation, such as the Fiscal Incentives Act and the Tourism Development Act, TDA. These are being excluded so as to avoid any double taxation, since the 2% must be applied on domestic output to ensure fair treatment under the WTO and CSME regulations.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
God, these papers ain't selling at all. Get your paper. Only $2.25, get your paper, miss. Look, take it, I can pay for it. Barbados today, all the way.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
We're back with news from the region now. Special security measures will be put in place to monitor what's expected to be a possible flood of inmates being released on bail in Trinidad and Tobago in the coming weeks. Minister of National Security Edmund Dillon has promised they will be monitored now that the bail and anti-gang law mandating more than 120 days on remand without bail for certain offences has expired. The Attorney General, meanwhile, expects a substantial number of applications for bail in the coming days.
According to the Attorney General, the state is bracing for a high number of applications due to the expiration of laws concerning the application for bail and criminal gang offences. The AG told TV6 News that of the roughly 2,300 persons in remand, 1,300 are not there on murder charges.
We know further that roughly 680 of the 1,300 have already been granted bail but cannot access bail for some reason or the other. That leaves you roughly with approximately 600 people who are incarcerated in remand. This is figures as at June 2016, and therefore you can expect that of that you may obviously have people who could access bail.
We spoke earlier with an attorney at law who is also an opposition senator on the expiration of the law that stipulated 120 days in jail with no bail for specific offences.
Now the judge has the opportunity to hear the application and exercise a discretion whether to grant bail or not.
And on the international scene, one of the UK's most notorious radical clerics has been convicted of inviting others to support the so-called Islamic State. More in this BBC report.
Clever, charismatic and dangerous, Anjem Chowdhury has long been a provocative figure. For years, the police and intelligence agencies have been monitoring his movements and speeches. He knew this, and as a trained lawyer, he knew how to stay on the right side of the law. Until now.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.